The power of video is unmistakably super powerful. It's so powerful, I said the word powerful twice just then. Let's get stuck in. Let me show you some of the tips and tricks that are really simple and easy for you to be able to make epic social media, engaging, authority-based videos right now. Okay, so hopefully you know how powerful video is by now. We need to make sure we're always ambushing eyeballs. We're grabbing people's attention away from just scrolling lefts and rights, up and downs, double tapping and all those things. And we get their focus on us, on the value that we're trying to put forward to get as much traction as possible, to disrupt the normal patterns of how they're looking at things and looking at you, not looking at all the other stuff around, capturing their attention and getting better return and better value adding from us to them and making our marketing more powerful as a net result. There's a couple of things. Now, this podcast is not, the number, the top 5 things you need to do or the 10 essentials or anything like that. It's not the conclusive list of everything that needs to be in place. But I get asked all the time from clients, from people in the health and medical industry, what are the top few things I need to do, say this, do that, etc. Now, first and foremost, everyone's a little bit different, and there are some things that are going to be specific for your situation and maybe not for others. So this podcast is not to say the 5 must-dos or the 7 golden nuggets, etc. What it is a short video, a short podcast that's going to give you a couple of, there's probably 5 or 6 short, simple, easy tips and tactics and secrets that you can do right now that are cheap, easy, free. Well, that's what cheap means, it's free. And that's really simple for you to be able to nail epic social media videos. And from there, you can then dig into some of the do's and don'ts further. But these are some of the absolute non-negotiables. So let's get stuck into a few of them first and foremost. One of the things that you have to be able to do is you have to be able to answer very, very quickly the principle of what's in it for me. Now, a good friend of mine, Pete Quist, he's absolute champion. He works with some amazing businesses around the world, and he's very, very smart at this. And he's coined the idea of wefm, W-I-I-F-M. It's like a radio station, wefm. And what that stands for is what's in it for me. So Pete, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, because I'll probably tell you when the podcast episode gets released, big shout out to you, dude. Love your work. Now, wefm basically is what's in it for me. In those first few seconds, I mean, some of my guys, like my videographer in Tokyo, tell us that you have something like 1.6 or 1.8 seconds to ambush their eyeballs on a platform like Facebook. You have to be able to grab their attention straight away, ambush their eyeballs, and they need to be able to see in those first 2 or 3 seconds. Sometimes you might get 4 or 5 seconds, but in those first few seconds, you've got to be able to answer that question of what's in it for me, so that the person watching, the person that may be seeing that first couple of seconds of captions or a heading, etc., can answer that in their head straight away. What's in it for me? If I'm going to donate my time, my energy right now, is this going to be a benefit? What's in it for me? What am I getting out of this? Or is this just another useless bit of, rubbish that's on the internet or on that social media platform? So first and foremost, are you straight off the bat answering that? What's in it for me? Okay. And another big tip, first and foremost, is we need to start with a good hook. We need to be able to get something in place really early on in those first couple of seconds, such as a question, do you find it frustrating when blah, 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 right? Something like that. That is a hook. And there's specific ways to do this. There's a specific Hilda profile that we use that my videographer taught me, and worked with guys like Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk, obviously, and Grant Cardone, etc. You've got to be able to have a hook in place that grabs them, ambushes their eyeballs, creates that understanding of, wow, if I listen right now, this is what I'm going to find out. This is what I'm going to get from it. And so straight away, there are two more really important avenues. You start to get the right hook in place, you ambush the eyeballs, and we have an avenue answering to their brain straight away, what's in it for me, right? The wefm radio station, care of Pete Quist. Right now, I'm starting to sound like a little radio guy. So they're the first two things that you must be able to do. Another really important avenue is make sure that you have a story, because a story sells. There is nothing more boring than someone standing up with a piece of paper right, well, here's a copy of a great piece of article, a great research article we read recently that said that, because people don't care. You can't possibly be using a marketing strategy in place on a video that gets any form of traction by trying to quote a research article or try to talk to people about technical side and jargon and research and things like that, because unfortunately in the health and medical industry, people don't care. The only people that you're making feel good about that is yourself and trying to make yourself sound bigger and better to your colleagues. Now, that can be all good and well, but the reality of marketing in the health and medical industry is you're not trying to impress your colleagues, all right? That's just allowing your ego to get in the way. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get more people to see you as the authority, more people to understand that you are the go-to guy or the go-to girl. Your team is the go-to team. Why would they go anywhere else? Because these guys are this and this and this. We're trying to make people understand that we can do the following, provide them with the solution that they need. And in some situations, we're providing them a solution to some problem that they want or need that they might not even be thinking about right now. Okay? And we don't do that through the technical side, through the jargon side, through quoting research. How we do it is we bring in things like social proof. And stories sell. Stories are a great way to do that. Being able to actually talk to them about when you were a little child and blah, blah, blah. Or, I was in a situation last week playing sport where this happened. Or let me introduce you to Tom, who's a client of ours, who actually was at the such and such last week and blah, blah, blah. That is what sells. Stories sell. The great ballads, the great musicals, the great books, all these type of things, they come from stories. We engage with stories. And so we want to be able to create relevance to people straight away by doing that. We need it to be fun. We need it to be engaging. We want people to be in a scenario where they go, hey, I was in that position last year. Or, oh, yeah, no, I get it, buddy. I mean, seriously, I had that injury before and man, it sucked. That is how you get people to understand and buy in straight away to what's in it for them, okay? We need the right hook. We use wefm, and stories must be in place, okay? Even this podcast, very early on in that first little part, I started talking about very quickly, and it wasn't deliberate. It's just how I now do things by talking about what our clients have been coming to me about. And in the last couple of days, I've had a load of clients, or not even clients, but just colleagues saying, hey, how do you do this? Or what about this with my social media videos? Or I just cut this video and it's terrible. Can you critique me on it? They're the type of things that have come to me a lot in the last few days, which is why I wanted to cut this podcast for you. So, stories sell. Create that relevance. Make people do that aha moment where they feel like they know you. They've had that whole scenario where you're talking about, when you were a kid and you fell off your bike and blah, 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 and they go, yeah, we've all been there. And now all of a sudden they feel like they know you more and they engage and they will stay around more. All right, if you're talking about a hook and using a story that involves them answering that question in their head about what's in it for me, they can be sitting there going, yeah, like I hate it when that happens, right? I get that all the time. Great. They're now stuck listening, watching, captivated, because they want to know what happens. They want to know the answer, the solution. You've got that relevance with them, and you've created that very, very quickly and easily moving forward. So that's another major avenue to make sure that you've got a story in there, because stories sell. Let me give you another one. One of the ones that I find all the time people make mistakes on is they try and be someone they're not. Guys, all top videos that go viral, that work best, are when you are 100% natural. That's who you are. Unfortunately, if you swear, you have to swear in videos. You don't have to swear, but be yourself. I mean, I do a lot of presenting around the world, and I do occasionally swear on stage. Sometimes I get really, excited, enthusiastic, and I'll just go, guys, seriously, get that shit done. Just like I did, I swore then. Now, you know what? Some people might go, oh, you can't swear and you can't do this. But guys, that's me. I'm always who I am. I'm going to talk the way I always talk. I'm going to act the way I act. If I have little behavioral characteristics on video, which I do, and especially for those watching right now, you will see those things and you might be able to pick up on them. That's who I am. That's who we are. Be natural, be honest, be real. People don't want fake, all right? They don't want the perfect studio. They don't want everything absolutely crisp and amazing, particularly if it's a simple value-add video that's giving them more understanding about your authority with your health clinic. And you might be giving them a really simple tip that helps them out in their everyday life. It's quick, it's simple, and hey, you know what? They want it now. Let them consume it with no expectation of return, and make sure that there's just you and the clinic, right? Just keep it simple, keep it natural. People don't want some big, ridiculous, over-the-top professional thing because it makes you look like you're trying too hard. You are trying too hard. People don't like it. Just be natural, be real, and people will get to know you, and that carries a lot more avenues around integrity and trust than just competency, all right? And that false avenue of we're so professional, etc. Okay? Two other ones that are really simple that you guys probably should know and always think about is make sure you've got good lighting and good audio. Now, we've all been through the phase of getting the gimbals with the big long extendable arms and the smooths and all that keep everything captured and that type of stuff. The reality is this, guys, most people, it is so much quicker and easier and more natural again to you to pick up your iPhone, turn it into landscape mode, put it onto selfie mode, and go from there. There's loads of other fantastic apps. I use Spark as an app. You'll see a lot of my videos where it's just short, sharp, cut from this to this to this, and it's simple. You press it, you talk, you let your finger go, and it takes all of those captions. So it means you can create epic videos that are short, that are sharp. People don't want long stuff anymore. It's why my podcasts are like 10, 12 minutes, sometimes a maximum 15 minutes. Why? Because we know that's what people want. People don't want 30-minute and 40-minute podcasts and 1 hour podcasts because, hey, who has time to sit down and listen for 40 minutes? Write down 3 or 4 of the 6 things and then you've got to come back a couple of days later and try and pick up and get in the mindset. No, guys, keep it short, right? So get the right audio, get the right lighting. Okay, the big one is the audio. People don't want to be hearing trucks going past and all the other bits and pieces. Keep it clean, keep it simple. A lot of the time you can even just, and I've done other videos on this as well, you can cup your hand, which for those listening to this on the podcast doesn't really work. Those on the video get a bit of extra cheat help now. You cup your hand, and the way you hold your hand creates a bit of a natural curve so that the voice you're projecting to the camera actually gets captured inside that funnel a little bit better, and it creates a better avenue for better audio quality. Okay. The other thing you can do is get a little microphone, plug in the end, and then move forward from there. But audio is a big one because people want to be able to hear it. It makes it easier for captions when you use captions. Another good tip. And you want to make sure that you've got the right lighting in place as well. So guys, some really good, simple and easy tactics there that you can import now into your videos to make them epic. Good audio, good lighting. Let's make sure we keep it simple. No jargon, all right? Stop trying to prove who you are and that. People don't care about that. They want you to be natural. They want you to be you, all right? Let's make sure we use stories because stories sell. Let's make sure we always answer that question of what's in it for me. Let's get the right hook to ambush eyeballs, and they are the #1 principles that you can do that are quick, easy, effective, efficient to start making your way towards epic social media videos that are going to build momentum, create more authority and expertise for you in the marketplace, grow your business, and explode things out of the park from there. Go and get stuck in, try them now, let me know how you go, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Cheers for now. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.